Aloha, what if you could protect your vegetables from insect and intense sun? Well, today we're going to give you an update on our Kaolin clay trial and also how we use a brand new product on our raised bed. So let's see what's happening. For the past several months, we had dismantled our old wooden bed, recycled the wood, and we'll be using the hoop conduit on our new bed. So once we did that, my husband built the bed and started filling the bed up lasagna style. This took a few months, and finally when he reached the top, he filled it with new soil and some compost. Healthy soil is one of the biggest investments you can make because strong plants naturally resist more problems. Next, he installed a dedicated watering line so that our bed was consistently watered during the warm summer days. Once the bed was ready, we transplanted some vegetables, flowers, and a fruit and wanted to give it some extra protection. Next, my husband recycled the conduit and built a protective frame around the bed. This allows us to cover the entire bed with our special netting and shade cloth. So we added a dual-purpose shade cloth and mesh netting, bug netting. Here in Hawaii, the intense afternoon sun can stress plant, so this will help to reduce the UV rays and still allowing light to reach our plants. So we took a reading of the temperature on the outside of the bed, and remember this cloth is 30% sunblock shade. So we placed the thermometer inside of the bed. However, the temperature did not go down. I've researched, and a 30% shade cloth will typically lower the temperature 5 to 10 degrees. The percentage of the shade cloth refers to the amount of light it blocks, not the percentage by which it lowers the temperature. So the actual temperature that it reduces will also depend on several key factors like airflow, the color of the cloth, and your microclimate. So with the new mesh cloth covering our bed, this is what our plants look like. So we have our tomatoes growing, our daikon, our peppers, and my cantaloupe, which I will be pruning because right now it's overtaking the bed. So we wanted to bring down the temperature in this raised bed, so we put on a 40% shade cloth over the other mesh shade cloth, bug netting. Immediately the temperature started going down. There's 5 minutes, and within 15 minutes to a half hour. Because of our intense heat, we will be leaving the extra shade cloth on the top. Hopefully we can find future shade cloth and bug netting with a higher percentage rate. So here is a review of our experiment using the Kaolin clay. We sprayed it on our plants in our White House, and then since our bed floor was not covered with the bug netting yet, we sprayed a couple of plants. This Kaolin spray was already pre-mixed, but you can purchase them in smaller bags and mix them yourself. When you use the Kaolin spray, it forms a thin white coating on the leaves and fruit. It doesn't kill the insect. It simply makes it harder for many pests to feed and lay eggs on your plants. We've been using the spray for about a month, and our plants continue to grow well. The leaves look healthy and we notice much less insect damage on many of our vegetables and fruit. Every garden is different. So far, we're happy with what we're seeing. Gardening is always a learning experience, and we're excited to keep sharing what works and what doesn't as we continue improving our Hawaii garden. So have you ever tried using Kaolin spray or use insect netting that's like a shade cloth over your raised bed? We'd love to hear about your experiences in the comment. And if you're enjoying these videos of gardening in Hawaii, please click the like button, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification button so you know when our next video is up. Mahalo for gardening with us, and we'll see you in our next video. Happy 4th of July!